Y'all, I need everyone to sit down for this one because what just happened in that Los Angeles courtroom has the entire internet losing its absolute mind right now. Cardi B was supposed to be fighting a simple lawsuit, but instead, she accidentally dropped the biggest bombshell of 2025. And honey, the streets are talking. We're about to dive into everything from secret pregnancies to NFL drama, toxic relationships, and why Offset is being suspiciously quiet about all of this mess. But before we get into this absolute chaos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next in this story.
Let me paint you the picture of how this all went down. Cardi B walked into that courtroom thinking she was just going to handle some old drama from 2018, but ended up serving looks, attitude, and apparently some life-changing news that nobody saw coming. The case itself stems from an incident at a Beverly Hills obstetrician's office where security guard Imani Ellis claims Cardi physically attacked her. Ellis is demanding $25 million, claiming the rapper cut her face during this alleged altercation. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't just any doctor's office. This was an OBGYN, and Cardi was there during her first pregnancy with Culture back in 2018. The entire courtroom was live-streamed by Court TV, and let me tell you, it quickly became the most entertaining legal proceeding of the year. Cardi showed up serving designer looks, switching wigs like she was on a photo shoot, and delivering testimony that had people making memes before the trial even ended. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't just her signature attitude. It was something much deeper that had body language experts and fans analyzing every single movement she made.
During her testimony, Cardi made a comment that sent shockwaves through social media. When asked about her capabilities during the 2018 incident, she stated that when you're pregnant, you're very disabled, and offered to explain all the things she couldn't do. Now, that might seem like a normal explanation for someone defending themselves in a case from 2018, but here's the tea. The way she said it, her body language, and the timing of this statement has everyone convinced she wasn't just talking about her past pregnancy. The internet detectives immediately went to work, analyzing every frame of the courtroom footage. People started pointing out how she was walking down the courthouse steps, the way she positioned herself in her seat, and even how her designer outfits seemed strategically chosen to conceal certain areas. Fashion bloggers, who usually focused on her stunning looks, suddenly became pregnancy speculation experts, breaking down every Chanel blazer and tailored dress she wore to court.
But the real confirmation came when Cardi tried to shut down the rumors during an Instagram live session. Y'all know how it goes. When celebrities get defensive about pregnancy rumors, it usually means there's truth to them. She addressed fans who are speculating about her being around 4 months along, firmly denying the claims and saying her appearance was due to asthma, not pregnancy. But honey, the internet wasn't buying it, especially after seeing those courtroom moments that seemed to tell a completely different story. This is where things get absolutely messy, because if Cardi is pregnant, the big question everyone's asking is, whose baby is it? Enter NFL star Stefan Diggs, the wide receiver who's been linked to Cardi in one of the most confusing celebrity relationships of 2024. Their romance timeline reads like a soap opera script filled with secret dates, public appearances, deleted Instagram posts, and enough drama to fuel a reality show.
The rumors about Cardi and Stefan first started swirling in October 2024, just months after her divorce proceedings with Offset began heating up. They were spotted together at various nightclubs, cozy dinner dates, and eventually made their relationship Instagram official in June 2025. But here's where it gets complicated. Just 1 month after going public, breakup rumors started circulating when Cardi deleted all their photos together from her social media accounts. Stefan Diggs isn't exactly known for being a one-woman man. The NFL player has been linked to multiple women over the years and has a reputation in certain circles that makes some people question whether he's ready to be tied down to someone as high profile as Cardi B. Industry insiders have been whispering about his alleged side relationships and questionable behavior behind the scenes.
There were even rumors about him being caught with other women while supposedly committed to Cardi, which would explain the volatile nature of their on and off social media presence.
The timing of everything is what makes this situation so suspicious. If Cardi is indeed 4 months pregnant, as the internet detectives suggest, that would put conception right around the time when she and Stefan were supposedly getting serious, but also during a period when she and Offset were still legally married and allegedly hooking up behind closed doors. The math isn't adding up cleanly, and that's got everyone playing detective, trying to figure out the real timeline. But here's what's really got people talking: Offset's complete silence on this entire situation. Anyone who's followed Cardi and Offset's relationship knows that man has never missed an opportunity to get on social media and clap back, throw shade, or insert himself into any drama involving his ex-wife. He's been known to subtweet, make cryptic posts, and generally cause chaos whenever Cardi makes moves that don't involve him. So why is he being so quiet now? Usually, when Cardi gets into any kind of public situation, Offset is right there with his commentary, whether it's supportive or shady. He's never been one to bite his tongue, especially when it comes to her dating life or business decisions. The fact that he's staying completely off social media regarding this pregnancy speculation is telling everyone that he knows something the rest of us don't.
Some people think his silence means he knows the baby is his, and he's waiting for the right moment to reveal that information. Others believe he's been warned by lawyers to stay quiet because of their ongoing divorce proceedings. But the most interesting theory is that Offset has been playing the long game, and this pregnancy might actually be his trump card in their divorce settlement negotiations. Let's not forget that Offset has been demanding spousal support and a significant chunk of Cardi's assets in their divorce. Having another child together would certainly complicate those proceedings and potentially give him more leverage in court. If the baby is his, it proves they were still intimate during their separation, which could impact how the courts view their relationship timeline and financial arrangements.
This brings us to one of the most talked about theories circulating online, that Cardi's entire relationship with Stefan Diggs has been nothing but an elaborate PR stunt designed to make Offset jealous and help her image during the divorce proceedings. Think about it. What better way to show you've moved on than dating a successful NFL player? It sends the message that you're desirable, you have options, and you're not sitting around crying over your ex-husband. Celebrity PR relationships aren't uncommon in Hollywood. Many A-listers use strategic dating to control their narrative, boost their profile, or distract from other issues in their personal lives. The timing of Cardi and Stefan's relationship, combined with how quickly it became public and then seemed to fizzle out, has all the hallmarks of a business arrangement rather than genuine romance. Industry insiders have been whispering about this possibility since the relationship first went public. The way they appeared together at high-profile events, the perfectly coordinated social media posts, and even how their breakup was handled all seemed very calculated and media-friendly. Real relationships, especially ones involving someone as authentic as Cardi usually is, tend to be messier and less picture-perfect. If this theory is true, it means Cardi has been playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. She used the Stefan situation to take control of her narrative, show Offset that other men want her, and potentially negotiate a better position in their divorce. Meanwhile, she might have been secretly reconciling with Offset behind the scenes, which would explain how she ended up pregnant during this whole charade.
But here's what's really concerning about this entire situation. Cardi's pattern of choosing problematic men who don't seem to have her best interests at heart. Whether we're talking about Offset or Stefan Diggs, both men have reputations that should have been red flags for someone as successful and intelligent as Cardi B. Offset's treatment of Cardi throughout their marriage was publicly documented and often embarrassing. The cheating scandals, the disrespect, the way he tried to manipulate her during their breakups, it was textbook narcissistic behavior that had fans begging her to leave him for years.
Many people celebrated when she finally filed for divorce, thinking she had finally realized her worth and decided to prioritize her own happiness. But then she seemed to jump straight into a situation with Stefan that had similar red flags. The man's reputation with women, his alleged inability to commit, and the way their relationship played out in the public eye suggested that Cardi might be repeating the same patterns with a different person. It's like she escaped one toxic situation only to potentially walk into another one. This pattern is unfortunately common among people who've experienced narcissistic relationships. The trauma bond created by that kind of toxic dynamic can make it difficult to recognize healthy love when it comes along. Instead, people often gravitate toward what feels familiar, even when that familiarity is actually dysfunction dressed up as passion. What's particularly heartbreaking about Cardi's situation is that she's clearly evolved in so many areas of her life. She's built a business empire, she's grown as an artist, she's become more politically aware and socially conscious. But when it comes to romantic relationships, she seems to keep falling into the same traps with men who don't match her energy or ambition.
The comment she made during her court testimony about being disabled when pregnant wasn't just about physical limitations. It revealed something deeper about how she views herself in vulnerable situations. Pregnancy, especially unplanned pregnancy, can make even the strongest women feel dependent and uncertain. And that vulnerability can make it easier for toxic partners to maintain their control or manipulate the situation to their advantage. If Cardi is indeed pregnant, this child represents much more than just another addition to her family. This pregnancy could be the key to understanding where her head and heart really are right now. Is she ready to co-parent with Offset for the next 18 years? Is she prepared to potentially raise another child as a single mother? Or is she hoping this pregnancy will somehow fix whatever relationship issues she's been dealing with? The financial implications of another child are also worth considering, especially with her ongoing divorce proceedings. Cardi has built an empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars through her music, business ventures, and brand partnerships. Another child with Offset would mean more child support, potentially more alimony, and definitely more complications in separating their assets.
But money aside, let's talk about what this means for Cardi as a person and as a mother. She's already proven she can handle being a mom to culture and wave while maintaining her career and dealing with personal drama. She's shown that she can provide a loving, stable environment for her children even when her romantic relationships are chaotic. Maybe this pregnancy, if it's real, represents her finally taking full control of her life and her choices. Maybe she's decided that she doesn't need a man to complete her family or validate her worth. Maybe she's ready to embrace being a single mother who calls all the shots and doesn't have to compromise her happiness for anyone else's comfort. The internet's reaction to all of this has been absolutely wild to watch. Social media has been flooded with pregnancy speculation posts, relationship timeline breakdowns, and memes about the entire situation. Cardi's fans, known as the Barty Gang, have been split between excitement about a potential new baby and concern about her choice in men. Some fans are celebrating the possibility of another little one, pointing out that Cardi clearly loves being a mother and has the resources to provide for however many children she wants. Others are worried that another baby with Offset will keep her tied to a man who doesn't seem to respect or value her the way she deserves. The memes and commentary have been particularly brutal when it comes to both Offset and Stefan Diggs. People aren't holding back their opinions about either man's suitability as a partner for Cardi. The general consensus seems to be that she's too good for both of them and should focus on herself and her existing children rather than getting caught up in more romantic drama. Legal experts following the case have pointed out that this pregnancy speculation, regardless of whether it's true, could impact the outcome of both her civil trial and her divorce proceedings. In the civil case, her emotional state and personal circumstances could influence how the jury views her testimony and her credibility as a witness. In terms of the divorce, Any new pregnancy would automatically complicate the proceedings and potentially delay the final settlement. Courts have to consider the best interests of all children involved, which means more evaluations, more negotiations, and probably more time before everything is finalized. But regardless of all the legal and financial implications, what's really captured everyone's attention is the human drama of it all. Here's a woman who's achieved incredible success, who's broken barriers and built an empire, but who still seems to struggle with finding peace and stability in her personal life.
The courtroom footage showed us a different side of Cardi. Still confident and charismatic, but also tired and maybe a little vulnerable. Whether she's pregnant or not, whether the baby belongs to Offset or someone else, whether her relationship with Stefan was real or fake, none of that changes the fact that she's a human being trying to navigate some incredibly complicated circumstances, while the entire world watches and judges every move she makes. What happens next in this story could define the next chapter of Cardi's life and career. If she is pregnant, the father's identity will eventually be revealed, and that will answer a lot of the questions people have been asking. If she's not pregnant, then this entire speculation cycle will serve as a reminder of how quickly rumors can spiral out of control in the social media age.
Either way, one thing is certain. Cardi B continues to be one of the most fascinating and unpredictable figures in popular culture. Whether she's serving looks in a courtroom, dropping surprise announcements on social media, or dealing with baby daddy drama, she knows how to keep people talking and engaged with her story. The real question isn't whether she's pregnant or who the father might be, it's whether she's finally ready to prioritize her own happiness and well-being over trying to make toxic relationships work. Because at the end of the day, Cardi B deserves a partner who matches her energy, supports her dreams, and treats her with the respect and love she gives to everyone else in her life.
But that's just my take on this whole messy, dramatic, absolutely captivating situation. What do y'all think? Are you team she's definitely pregnant or team it's just internet speculation? Do you think Offset's silence means something, or is he just finally learning to mind his business? And most importantly, do you think Cardi should focus on being single and building her empire, or is there hope for her to find a healthy, supportive relationship? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know y'all have opinions about this entire situation. Make sure you're subscribed because trust me, this story is far from over, and when the next chapter drops, you're going to want to be here for all the tea. Until next time, keep watching, keep speculating, and keep supporting our girl Cardi through whatever comes next in this wild journey called her life.